Coach Bames last year, and actually this was the last spot I was, helping out calling plays and against Lee Summit North in the playoffs. So excited to be back and ready to get the game going.
I believe that the Wildcats actually won the toss and deferred, and so Will Aring is standing out at the 40-yard line waiting to get the football so he can put the ball in play. Last week, this Titan team up in Liberty, getting off to eventually a good start for the season. Not a good start for the game, but they definitely had a good start for the season as they were able to come up with an overtime victory.
Tell you what, going up to Liberty, something about defensive battles and going into overtime. Senior year, we did that as well. 3-3 after the fourth quarter, and then pulled it out in overtime just like they did last week.
Tavion Sims back deep along with Randolph, and the kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And that was actually Jackson Torrey along with Sims back in the deep position. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Titans, and we will see how Caden Carter and company go. So you watched the game last week out at Liberty?
I did, yes.
And, like you were saying, they got off to a slow start. In the second half, seemed like their offense got a little, bit of confidence and were able to get the ball moving. Hopefully they can build on that.
Yeah, it looked like the O-line really played well in the second half, got a lot of push up front, and running back, quarterback duo ran the ball really well last week.
Empty backfield to start off with for Carter from the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking. The left-hander throws to the left. It is caught for a short gain, couple of yards in the flat. As I'm not sure who it was who got that. I think it was Sims, Tavion Sims.
A little quick screen out to the right side. Not a lot of blocking up there for Sims, but did what he could to get 3 yards.
Cooper Haynes, Olin, and Putman are the starters up front for the Titans. Man in motion from the pistol, and a give and a pretty good hole for Torrey, for Quincy Torrey, who is wearing number 5 this year. Went from 25 down to 5, for whatever that's worth. And good gain. It'll set up a 3rd and short. 3rd and about 2. With the ball on the 28-yard line. I'd like to see high school move out to the 25 for these kickoffs, just like the pros in college.
We'd like to see that, and we'd like to see the hashes get a little shorter, too. It's such a wide field for the middle. And
give to Torrey. He was hitting the backfield, but broke out of it. Gets a first down and more as he comes up the far sideline. Hit as he gets near midfield. And they'll mark him at the Wildcat 49. A great run for Quincy Torrey, who, like I said, had the opportunity to, the Wildcats had the opportunity to get him in the backfield, but he was able to elude it and make a great gain out of it.
That was a great jump cut in the backfield. Blue Springs got some penetration.
Carter rolls to his left side, looking to throw on 1st and 10. And now he'll pull the ball down and run. He was caught from behind and knocked out of bounds as he got ahead for about 2 yards from the 49 down to the 47, carrying a defender on his back, but it'll set up another 2nd and 8.
It's always dangerous as a quarterback when you're sprinting out to kind of set up. You got all your D linemen chasing you, and he got lucky there getting 2 yards.
Not sure who that was intended to be for. I mean, when he's looking downfield, he clearly didn't like what he saw.
Blue Springs had it covered very well. They had a corner route that 2 guys covered it and nothing underneath.
So Jackson Torrey in the backfield to the left of Carter, and he'll keep it himself on the read option. Not much there. And no gain on the play. It'll set up a 3rd down and 8.
Blue Springs played that well. 2 guys squeezed, and then they had a guy covering the running back on the outside. That was good defense from Blue Springs.
So 1st, 3rd, and long for the Titans' opening drive. Here from Titans Stadium, we've played just under 2 minutes so far of this first quarter. It was good to see, certainly for the Titans team to, have that don't say quit attitude, something I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yes, yeah. I mean, faced a lot of adversity in the first half, just like they're doing right here.
Pistol formation, Twins on the right. Oh, a bad snap, but Carter picks it up. He looks, throws over the middle. He's got a man, and it is caught. First down. Tavion Sims.
Great pitch and catch.
Made a great catch. By the way, speaking of Liberty, one of my favorite calls ever. was you throwing a prayer up in Liberty that ended up getting answered. Do you remember that play?
Yeah, well.
When it was Class 4 versus Class 6?
Yes.
Liberty.
Yes.
I think I actually won an MBA award for that. Give up the middle, and Quincy, about 3 on the play. It'll get inside the 25 to about the 22.
Back to that last play, Caden Carter, composure with a bad snap and still getting outside the pocket and delivering a strike down the field. That's what you like to see in your quarterback.
We'll call it a gain of maybe 1.5 yards, second down and long. And, yep, they had a little jump before the snap. It looked like from the Wildcat side, but we'll see if he was drawn. I don't think so.
I didn't see anybody move. Yep, they're walking 5 yards down the field.
So offsides against the Wildcats. That'll be a nice little free 5 yards. We turn a second and 9 to a second and 4. Really a short 4 as the ball inside the red zone now.
Little sugar huddle, quick to the line maybe, and try to get Blue Springs off balance here.
So Carter with an empty backfield to start and a bunch formation on the right side. He goes quickly, looked that way, didn't like what he saw. He'll roll to the left side. He's going to keep it himself and runs out of bounds as he gets to around the 15. I think he was a bit short of a first down. Although it looks like they're marking him at the 13, so it's going to be close.
Yeah, far official.
Yeah, they gave him the first down. So to be 1st and 10, they can definitely still get a first down without getting a touchdown. The ball's at the 13-yard line. So to be 1st and 10 from there. Clock showing 8:25 here in the first quarter. Opening drive for the Titans. Haven't seen the Wildcat offense yet. Warm night, but nothing like last week.
Man, I couldn't even imagine playing in a game last week. 12 men on the field? Delay a game.
So,
that was a quick 25.
Yep, they give back the 5 yards, although it was on first down, so now it'll be 1st and 15 with the ball back to the 18-yard line. Still inside the red zone. Those can be killers. That's why Royce doesn't have any hair.
I don't think he had any hair back then either.
And a delayed give up the middle. And Torrey bounces off one guy, was able to fall forward, but wasn't even able to get to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it a loss.
West O-line's got a tough job tonight. Number 79, Blue Springs, Richard Wilson, 6 foot, 330 senior defensive lineman right there in the middle.
Yeah, they know how to feed them up in Blue Springs, don't they?
I've had 3 cousins go through there, all played on the offensive line.
So they go with 2 men behind Carter, and it'll be a give, and Torrey breaks the tackle. He's got a lane, could go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. Quincy Torrey from about 19 yards out, almost untouched. That time some very good blocking by the offensive line.
Great blocking and a great jump outside on his cut. Untouched for the end zone. Touchdown.
So it was a steady dose of number 5 during that entire series. And they march 80 yards. Coleman out for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. So with 7:40 left to go, about a 4-minute, 20-second drive for the Titans. They strike first and lead at 7-0. We'll take a break, be back for the kickoff after this on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and A10Varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson filling in for Coach Royce Boehm this week as the Lisa West Titans on top of the Blue Springs Wildcats. 7-0 our score early on here. We've played 4 minutes and 20 seconds and an 80-yard drive for the Titans, picking up where they left off offensively as Sebastian Coleman tees things up right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. George and Staley back for the Wildcats. And the kick is deep, but it is going to be caught and returned up the near sideline, trying to cut toward the middle. And George was hit before he got to the 20, back at about the 15-yard line. And so, you know, we talked about the fact that this Titan team took it to overtime, scored a touchdown in overtime, and then their defense also came up big to get the stop to prevent that from continuing. Hopefully they can pick up where they left off as well.
Yeah, defense looked real fast last week. They flew to the ball. Remember always listening to Coach Carswell. He wanted all 11 in the frame. And I can remember on multiple plays seeing all 11 guys around the ball. It was really nice to see that last week.
James Fike, the quarterback, number 4 for the Wildcats, comes out in a pistol formation with an H-back who moves to the left and then to the right. And on the first down play, he fakes it to George, rolls to the right, throws, and it was blocked down by Putman, who got into the backfield and almost grabbed that right out of his hands.
Almost Rodney Kelly. Jump catch, take to the end zone. That was a great play by Logan.
Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats from the 16-yard line. Early on, first quarter, Titans on top. 7-0. They play a kind of a 3-5 in this setup. 3 down linemen and sort of 5 linebackers, couple of cornerbacks and a free safety. Fike will give it to George this time. Pretty big hole, but it was covered up in a hurry as Fosnow came up with the stick, although he had a little bit of help as one of the offensive linemen was able to stop that before it really got going.
That's how you like a linebacker to fill right there. That's finding the hole and meeting the running back right there. That was a great play.
Ends up giving him a 2-yard gain up to the 18, but it'll be 3rd down and 8. Fike again from the shotgun, this time with George to his left. Back to throw. He's looking that way, pumps fakes. Now he's getting chased. He will throw over the middle, and it is caught. 1st down and more. Down the far sideline, hit and tackled up near the Titan 40-yard line on a nice catch by Stevenson, who gets all the way into Titan territory on that 3rd and 8 play, and he was kind of lost in the coverage.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the defense. Got good pressure, forced the quarterback out of the pocket, and just lost a receiver in the middle of the field.
You know, you were talking about that closing speed. If they could have gotten to him a little bit quicker.
Half a step.
But unfortunately not able to do so. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats in Titan territory, right at the 40-yard line. Pistol formation, single wideouts on either side. Fike takes the snap and gives it to George, trying to go off right tackle, and a nice play again. Coming up from the rover position, Vinnie Thomason. And like I said, they're basically going with a 3-5. It's sort of a 3-3 with a bandit and a rover.
Get as many athletes out there as you can.
Well, when you got a lot of speed like you were talking about, that's kind of a good way to do it.
Yep.
It's just you get a few people a little off the ball, but giving them the opportunity to close on it real quick.
Lots of space out there for the linebackers to roam around.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Pistol formation, trips on the left this time, as the Wildcats look toward the sideline for the play. On 2nd and 12.
Play again.
It's getting close, but he gets the snap off and keeps it himself. And a pretty good run that time by Fike right up the middle. Big quarterback. And he's able to get the 2 yards back plus about 3 more, gain of 5 or 6. It'll set up a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 6 from the Titan 36-yard line.
I think they're going to tack on.
Oh, looks like a face mask. Yeah.
Face mask.
So that will be the 5-yard variety, and it'll set them up with a 3rd and short now. Or actually, it stays 2nd down because of the penalty. And so it'll be 2nd down and 1. Ball on the 31-yard line. They need the 30. Come out in the shotgun with George to his right, does Fike. He's got wideouts, a bad snap, and he was able to dive on it, but a loss all the way back to the 43 for Fike. A bad snap out of Ham, and that one was never anywhere close.
Oh, we've seen 2.
Is that like nightmares for you back in the day when you were quarterbacking?
Yes, you never wanted to have your back to the D-line chasing after a ball. Luckily, my center, Eric Huey, I don't think we had one bad snap my senior year, so.
You got to like that.
Yeah.
That's how you end up winning with state championships. 3rd down and about 13. Ball back at the 43-yard line. Back to throw Fike. He fakes. Now he'll set up a screen. Throws Stevenson. Makes the catch. Breaks a couple of tackles down the near sideline. He'll get a 1st down inside the 30. Down to about the 24. Tell you what, Stevenson, who's made a couple of catches on this drive, the Titans had the opportunity to stop him before the 1st down, although they may have been in 4-down territory anyway, but did a good job of running after the catch.
Yep, West brought pressure there. Perfect play call to run a screen to the opposite side. I'm going to give a shout out to number 9, Logan Putnam. He on the right side of the defense and tracked that all the way down and made the tackle.
Wow, man in motion as they go with a double wing and to give to George up the middle. And again, a good job of closing as Wilson stepped up from the bandit position to give him the tackle. It was a gain, but only of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Clock running with under 4 minutes to go, 1st quarter. This is the opening drive for the Wildcat offense after the Titans marched 80 yards and scored a touchdown. They lead it 7-0. So it looks like they're going to go with twins on the left side this time. Single receiver on the right. Wing back on the right as well with George in the pistol behind Fike, who takes the snap, fakes. He's getting a hard rush, steps around one of it. Gets stuck pretty hard as he got across the 25 to the 24. Really no gain on the play. And I tell you what, Dundee Wilson found out just how big a quarterback this James Fike is.
That was a heavy hit right there. Two big boys meeting each other.
And it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and long, 3rd and about 8.
I think you're right here, 4-down territory for sure.
Well, I don't know what kind of kicker they have. Although you know me, I like the 50-yard tries for high schoolers. It's not a high percentage play, but it's a lot of fun for me. And on the play action, they throw over the middle. It is caught and very close to a 1st down to the tight end Herring.
I think they got him short.
And yeah, I thought he was about a yard short, which is where they've marked him. But it'll be 4th down, and it presumably looks like they're going to go for it. There's been no indication of bringing the field goal unit in, down 7-0. So big, huge test here for the Titan defense if they could come up big here. We'll see what they do and whether they even try to stack the line. They get 5 down linemen. Fike under center. Big quarterback. Will he try it himself? He does, and he'll get a 1st down. Only needed a yard, got about 3. And it was a good push by the line. Although, you know, I think the intent there was for him to Jim Brown it, basically. If there is no hole, create your own.
Yep. Just fall forward.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Titan 14. So both teams with long sustained drives to start off here in the 1st quarter. The Titans scored. We'll see what the Wildcats do from the pistol. It's play action, trying to set up a screen, and Fosnow gets to Fike and takes him down back at the 25-yard line. A loss of 11 on the play. Good job there by Fosnow, or Jax, excuse me, to stick with him and wouldn't let him get away.
Yeah, he didn't bite on the play fake. He stayed back. He stayed home. And
well, Fike, as big as he is, has been a little elusive so far.
Yeah.
And so the danger there, although he did have 2 other blue jerseys with him, was he could have stepped around him, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, they kept contained on him. That's perfectly done by your DNs.
So they go from the pistol, rolling to the right side. Fike, he's hit from behind and tackled. Didn't know it was coming. Fosnow again, and Fike a little slow in getting up. They'll give him the fall forward to the 24 for a gain of 1, but it'll set up a third down and basically about 20. Ball's on the 24. They need the 4. So I don't know if they're in 2-down territory here or not. 38 seconds to go in the quarter, and it looks like the Wildcats are going to, or actually I think this is going to be the water timeout, which is weird to do. Well,
seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they were supposed to do that 6 minutes in.
Really haven't had much stoppages.
No. I mean, they really should have done it after the Titan touchdown.
Yeah.
Honestly. Although, I mean, it was 7:40, so maybe they thought, oh, we'll get another one.
Stoppage. Yeah.
Do you remember that, your first 4 weeks when you were playing when it was, it's amazing how the football season for high school spans the gamut temperature-wise. You know, it starts off when it's, shorts and bathing suit weather, and then it ends if especially if you make a nice long run
all the way to November.
Yeah, you're in a situation where you're really pushing forward.
Yeah, I'll never forget the first year I started coaching. We started the week before Labor Day, and we were done before Halloween. Mm-hmm. My senior year, we started Labor Day, and then we obviously went all the way till the Friday after Thanksgiving.
So third and long, third and about 20. They're not really in much of a passing. They got trips in a bunch formation on the right side. Fike looking left. He'll throw, and it is incomplete, but flags go down. Stevenson.
This could go both ways.
Yeah. It's interesting. There were about 3 flags that came down.
Having a long discussion.
And it was Ty Washington over there in the coverage. Stevenson was trying to go through him, and with something like that, you're probably going to get a defensive pass interference every time. The thing about it, though, in high school, it's not an automatic first down the way it is in college and the pros.
Right.
First of all, it's not a spot foul. They'll give them 15 yards, but since it was 20 yards to the line to gain, it's going to be third and about 4 from there. Third and where they're putting the ball, it's third and probably closer to 2 or 3. The ball's at the 8. They need to get to the 4, so let's call it third and 4. On the pass interference, we'll see if they go on the ground or in the air, and it is a change at quarterback for this play. Hit and tackled shy of the first down, as that was Parker Goodmoppin coming in as a replacement quarterback. I don't know if Fike was hurt or if just they wanted to have him in for that particular play. Lefty quarterback, by the way.
Going to go to the end of the quarter here.
And yeah, that's going to end the first quarter of play. And the Titans get the only score, but a fourth down with the ball on the 5, 4th and 1 coming up when we come back. It'll be fourth down when the second quarter starts. 7-0 our score, with the Titans on top of the Wildcats here on Lee Summit West Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Jack Stack carryout comes in clutch.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Jake Johnson as the Lee Summit West Titans lead the Blue Springs Wildcats 7-0 after 12 minutes of football. But it'll be fourth down and 1 with the ball on the 5-yard line, and they need to get to, actually, it's the 4, but it's even just a little shy of the 4. And if you remember a couple of plays ago, I talked about how James Fike was slow to get up. And it looks to me like that's probably an injury situation as to why Parker Goodmoppin is in there. But he is still under center, I formation behind him. George is the deep back. We'll see if he goes himself. The up back is the tight end Herring. From under center. And looking again, they may take a timeout. Looks like they will.
Trying to draw West off sides there. Good job by the D-line to hold their water.
Now, I don't know if they're going to bring a field goal unit out or if they're just going to go. They just wanted to see what kind of defense they had, and they'll still go for it here. I don't know. Well, that remains to be seen. First timeout taken by the Wildcats as we are still waiting the start of the second quarter.
Looks like the offense is going to sit down for Blue Springs.
So that may mean that the field goal unit is coming in. It would be a 23-yarder or so, 22, 23-yarder, depending on where they put the ball down. And, of course, it would, if successful, only make it a 7-3 Titan lead. And they have brought out the field goal unit. Of course, there's always the possibility of a fake, as Will Aring. And interestingly, the quarterback, Fike, is normally the holder, so it is now the replacement quarterback, Parker Goodmoppin, who is looking to put this ball down. He's a lefty, but he's going to have to catch it with his right hand and put it down for the left-footed kicker. So 22-yarder, the kick is up, and it is good. So 4 seconds into the second quarter, the Wildcats get on the board, but the Titans retain the lead. It is 7-3 in favor of Lee Summit West. We'll be back for the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and A10Varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with you. At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Jake Johnson filling in for Coach Royce Bain this evening, I guess. And the Titans leading the Wildcats 7-3. Both teams scoring on their opening drive, but the Titans, an 80-yard touchdown, and it was really an 80-yard field goal, as it turned out. Both teams went the same 80 yards. The kickoff in the air and will come down in the end zone. So I tell you what, they do have a pretty good leg off of this Will Aring, because both times he's kicked the ball off, both directions, the ball's gone well into the end zone.
It's such a luxury to have when you can have a kicker just boom it into the end zone. It's an automatic touchback for most states in high school. Always starting ball on the 20-yard line for a defense.
What do you think of the fair catch rule where the ball comes out to the 25, both in college and in the pros now?
I understand they do it for safety, quote unquote, but
whose safety?
Exactly. Less collisions, but you still are getting collisions no matter what. So,
Titans scored a touchdown, their one and only drive they've had so far, and it is going to be Torrey with the carry, going off right tackle. He'll gain about 6 yards. That time it was Jackson Torrey and not Quincy, but still a good strong run for one of the Torrey boys. You're used to that with several brothers or relatives on the team.
Yes, man. I'm trying to think how many.
Seemed like there were always at least a few Herzogs back in those days.
Yep. Couple Fletchers that are on the line.
Pistol formation, and this time it's Quincy Torrey. Again, right tackle. He'll get a first down and more as he gets across the 30 and out of bounds about the 32. And so a couple of good runs for the Titans, and they are continuing to move the football, which is what you like to see out of the offense.
That is, especially after a long drive. Your defense just had to go through, get a couple first downs, give them their breath back, and drive down the field for the offense.
Pistol formation. Carter will give it again. And Quincy Torrey again, this time going inside right tackle. And not much on the play, maybe a gain of a yard, 2nd down and 9.
Same play back to back, little left guard pull to the right.
So you've done some football coaching. You know the adage, if it works, keep doing it.
Yeah.
First 2 times it works. That time not as much.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What do you think about the coaching, experience in football? We'll ask you that after this play's over. As again, a give to Torrey up the middle. Did a good job of waiting for the hole to open up. Got across the 35 to about the 37, but it'll still set up a 3rd down and relatively long 3rd and about 5 or 6.
It's the average person doesn't understand what all goes in, especially when you're wearing one of those headsets down on the sidelines. You could have 4 or 5 coaches talking to you all at the same time, and it can get chaotic real quick.
So 3rd down and 6 to go with trips out on the left side. 1 on the right, 1 in the backfield. Carter back looking, near side and incomplete. He actually had an open man in Cameron Arnold, but they were not quite on the same page. As he looked like he thought Arnold was going to step toward the out, and Arnold stepped on the inside, and so the pass did not unfortunately connect, and so a punting situation for the Titans. And the kick, a high kick, fair catch ball for it. It was fumbled, but looks like falling right on it, about the 43-yard line. And so the Wildcats will retain possession for their second opportunity on offense. After getting a field goal the first time, they've got good field position at their own 43.
It's crazy how on turf fields, how clean of a bounce you can get. I think if that was a grass field, who knows where that football's going.
I like that when I'm playing first base.
Oh,
I can say that.
Clean hops,
yes.
Clean ground balls to all around, yes.
Although I was at Chrysler Field in Independence on Sunday for a doubleheader, and got some pretty good hops there too. They keep that field okay. All right, so looks like we are going to still see Parker Goodmoppin in at quarterback, pistol formation. He gives to George going on the right side, and hitting tackles. He got across the 45 to about the 47 as Donovan George went around the right side, and some pretty good blocking up front for the Wildcats.
Probably going to get a lot of dosage of him running the football for the rest of the game. He ran for 158 yards last week. And
without their starting quarterback, you'd think you'll see more of him.
Yes.
Although he is not in there for the moment. They have Ulberg in there. And Goodmoppin, he's going to carry it himself, was able to get around one man. There's a hold, though. This one's coming back. Flag in the backfield back at the 42-yard line. And offensive holding is the call. So if the spot of the foul is the 42 and it sends it back to the 32, it's going to set up a second down and about 21 or so.
They going from the line of scrimmage?
No.
Where's he going?
He should go from the spot of the foul.
He's going forward.
Well, maybe not. I mean, they're doing it from the original line of scrimmage, which, as far as I know, is not. Yeah, but just because the flag was there doesn't mean that was right. A lot of times they'll move the flag, but so it's still a 10-yard penalty. It'll make it 2nd and 16.
Yeah, 93 Owen Walker. He made sure everybody saw that he was getting held.
So they'll send Herring out wide on the left side. Twins on either side. Goodmoppin back to throw. The lefty, he'll step up. He's hit and tackled for a loss. Sacked in the backfield about the 35, a loss of 2. Couple of Titans in the backfield, and that was just a collapsing pocket. He had to step up and nowhere to go.
Yeah, he had good coverage downfield from the secondary. Good push from the line. They only brought 5. No extra help, and good work all the way around from the defense.
So it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and about 18. Last time there was a pass interference call when they were in this situation. Titans showing blitz. Now they back off. Clock's down to 8:20 left to go in the second quarter. Titans on top 7-3 from the pistol, and now we get whistles. It's delay a game, I believe.
Yep.
And that is, in fact, the call against the Wildcats. And, you know, you got to expect something like that. You were at one time a backup. When you get thrown into a game, it's, you know.
Deer in headlights,
Yeah.
Wide eyes, and he's also limping on the sideline over there, too.
So he has come out, and there's a timeout that's been called. I don't know who their third-string quarterback is. Actually, didn't even know who their second-string quarterback was until he came in. Just taking a quick look, they've got a sophomore. Fike is a junior himself, and there is another Fike, Jordan Fike, who is a sophomore as well on the team. But aside from Goodmoppin, who is a junior, everybody else are sophomores. Of course, and a lot of those are people who are listed as quarterbacks. A lot of times in a situation like this, they would bring a running back or wide receiver in if they had to.
Kind of seems what it looks like.
Yeah, George, I believe, is going to take the snap himself. So Donovan George, who is normally their running back, as both quarterbacks are down with injuries, 3rd down and 23. Ball's on the 30-yard line after the penalty. They do have twins on either side. I don't know what kind of an arm George may have, but I imagine he's going to be running. And it is a draw for George right up the middle, and he's hitting tackled as he got up to about the 38. Well shy of a first down. It was a pretty good gain on the play of 8 yards, but he needed 23, so punting situation. So both teams' defenses hold the second time around.
It's good work from the defense there.
So we'll see what kind of field position the Titans might get here off of this kick. And stepping into it,
Shanked it.
came off of the inside foot. And we'll see where they mark it out of bounds, a little inside the 40. Looks like he's going to stop at the 44-yard line. So good field position for the Titans.
That's got to be one of the tougher jobs for a sideline official to figure out where a ball went out of bounds and it's still in the air.
Not hard at all. You just flip a coin. Put your arm up and start walking until your feet hurt.
Just when you feel like it.
I sometimes don't know how they can tell, the ball in and out of the uprights.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It can be really tough to see.
Especially when they go over. If they're kicked high enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So 7:37 to go here in the first half. Titans on top 7-3 over the Blue Springs Wildcats. Third offensive possession for Caden Carter and company with good field position for the first time. This is the first time they're starting a drive anywhere but the 20-yard line. They're on their own side of the 50. And Carter.
Draw.
And the draw to Quincy Torrey, and a big hole on the left sideline. He gets around a man, could go to the house. Down the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. No flags.
Great run.
56 yards for Quincy Torrey. Untouched.
Little sprint draw away from where the quarterback was sprinting out. Everyone went flowing with the quarterback, and Quincy's got that speed to get around the corner and take it to the end zone.
Coleman out for the extra point. Out of the hold of Arnold. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 7:27, took 10 seconds for him to run 56 yards. Quincy Torrey, a one-play 56-yard touchdown drive for the Titans. They lead at 14-3. We'll come back with the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Coach here has always been a bacon and cheese Whataburger and jalapenos guy. Until now, because he just met Whataburger. Coach here has always been a bacon and cheese Whataburger add jalapenos guy. Until now, because he just met Whataburger's Southern Bacon Double. Fresh beef patties, Monterey Jack and American cheese topped with crispy bacon, crunchy slaw, and a tangy Southern-style sauce. That's what we call an edible audible. Good call, Coach.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson sitting in for Coach Royce Boehm as the Lee Summit West Titans leading the Blue Springs Wildcats 14-3 after a 56-yard terrific run for Quincy Torrey. Sprint down the left sideline untouched. Sebastian Coleman with the ball teed up just to the left of the middle of the field on the 40-yard line, and his kick will come down short at about the 9-yard line, taking up the right hash mark, hitting tackle around the 25. This is a pretty decent run back, but a good tackle to stop the progress. And that was Dante Ulberg with the run back.
46-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10. The Titan defense came up with a stop last time around. Helped out by a sack and a penalty or two.
Yep. New quarterback.
So, and we are in fact going to see.
I think it's Jordan Fike.
Let's see. It is Amir Williams. No, that couldn't be it. He's listed as an outside linebacker. And the first play up the middle to the right side to about the 30-yard line. Pickup of 5.
Gain of 5 yards.
So have we verified who the new quarterback is? 17. It's okay, not 17. That is Jordan Fike. The, I'm assuming, younger brother, if not cousin, I suppose, to James Fike. Sophomore kid. He's got his brother's size, I'll give him that.
He does.
Might not be quite as thick, but he's got some height. Twins on either side. Pistol formation, George behind him. 2nd down and 5. Fike takes the snap, bit of a high snap, made a good job with it, keeps it himself on the read option and slides forward. They gave him a pretty good spot at the 34. It'll be 3rd down and 1. No, but he didn't deserve it. He started the slide well before that. 3rd and 1. So folks that are watching right here on A10varsity.com and are hear me saying Fike probably think, oh, everything's normal. But no, this is quarterback number 3, the sophomore, Jordan Fike, coming in for James and then also Parker Goodmoppin, both of whom were hurt. 3rd down and 1. Again, twins on either side. George behind Fike. Keep an eye on the play clock. It goes down to 0. I think they called the timeout. I may be wrong, but yeah, they gave him the timeout. I believe that is their last timeout.
Yep.
No, that's it. They're out of timeouts with 6:10 left to go in the first half.
It's a tough ask for your 3rd-string quarterback. Clock's ticking down. You're trying to change the play.
You like the guy's number, though, don't you?
17?
Yeah.
No. It's okay.
So earlier in the game, James Fike was hit, and I don't know if it's concussion protocol, because it seemed to me like on the hit his head came back and might have hit, the turf. And then Parker was limping a little bit. So maybe some sort of an ankle or knee situation. And so we are now at Jordan Fike. Takes the snap and the give to George. He is hit and short of the first down. A nice step-up play out of, I believe, the safety position. That was Torrey on the step-up, coming up from free safety, and yeah, he is short by about a half a yard.
Jackson did not hesitate. He came downhill as soon as the ball was snapped. He was probably 10, 15 yards away from the line of scrimmage. What a play.
Always the possibility of a fake, but R-ing in to punt, and they do snap it to him. He steps into it, And a good, again, he shanked it a little bit off that inside instep. This time it's a little further down, but not as far of a punt as they probably would have liked. Looks like they'll mark it out at the 30. So the Titans needed only one play last drive, with Quincy Torrey scampering 56 yards for their second score of the game, 14-3, with just less than half a quarter to go in the first half. 5:29 on the clock. Sun's going down, and it's getting a lot more pleasant out there right now.
Much more nicer than it was an hour ago.
We got quads on the right side for Carter, an empty backfield, and he's back to throw. The lefty will roll to his right, throws over the middle. It's caught, hit nearly immediately. A nice little step up. There's a flag down. It was Tavion Sims with the catch, and it was the safety Bouchard with the step up and hit, but it looks like an illegal man downfield is the call against the Titans, so it's going to cost him 5 yards and turn a short gain into a 5-yard loss. So it'll still be first down, though, 1st and 15 with the ball on the 25. Clock stopped with 5:22 left to go. You know, obviously, if you're the Titans, you would love to take advantage of, you don't know if the quarterbacks are possibly going to come back, if it is, in fact, concussion protocol. The give to Quincy Torrey right side, Jackson.
That was Jackson.
It was Jackson Torrey. And he picks up the 5 they lost, and it'll be 2nd and 10. A little quick jet sweep that time.
Don't want to see him limping off the field.
Certainly not. Although we have plenty more Tories where that came from. Clock running with 4:50 left to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Man in motion. And Johnson, the throw is incomplete. He just threw that away as Carter didn't like what he saw when it was originally supposed to be a quick screen.
Yeah, corner blew that up real quick.
And he knew that he had people in the backfield with him, so he had to get rid of it. You still have to throw it in the vicinity of somebody, which he did, but he put it in a place where nobody could catch it. It will set up a 3rd and 10, though, for the Titans on their own 30-yard line. They went 80 yards and scored the first time, eventually punted the second, and then a one-play 56-yard drive. On 3rd down, back to throwing on the far side with a step and a catch down the far sideline. This could go all the way to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Wildridge made a great catch over the coverage and then broke a tackle and took it to the house.
Great catch and throw. But there is a flag on the play.
The flag is far down the field, so I assume it's after the catch during the run, but we'll check on it and see what the call is. It may be excessive celebration. Let's see. The flag's at the 9-yard line. It is a touchdown. And they are calling the celebration or unsportsmanlike conduct against the Titans. I don't know who, because, of course, if you can only do it, they don't announce that, but
right.
But in high school, you can only, it was a little bit of a dance. Was it the guy who made the catch, Wildridge? Probably, who was flagged for it, so he can only do that one more time, or if he does it another time, then he's kicked out. Extra point is good from Sebastian Coleman. And so the Titans extend their lead 21-3 with 4:26 left to go in the first half. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley Schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Back live at Titan Stadium, Joel Becker and Jake Johnson sitting in for Coach Royce Boehm as the Lee Summit West Titans all over the Wildcats from Blue Springs. 21-3 our score, 4:26 to go in the first half of play. And how far was that pass? Do we get a yardage amount? We'll get that for you in just a minute as Coleman with the ball set up from the 25 after the penalty.
Short kick.
Yep, comes down at the 35 and up the middle of the field up to the 40, but a flag comes down. I believe this one may have a hold or an illegal block, so it may come back.
Basically nullify the excessive celebration penalty.
For all intents and purposes, 2 flags, and it is a legal block against the Wildcats. Should take them back to about their own 24. So not bad field position, but they had the opportunity to have really good field position, and that doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So they put the ball down at the 24. It is still Jordan Fike in at quarterback. 3rd string sophomore. I am presuming he is the younger brother of starting quarterback James Fike. The give up the middle. It's not George, it's the other running back who gets a nice little hole up the middle across the 30 to the 35. That's going to be Olberg, on the carry. Sophomore running back. So it looks like we're seeing the Wildcat JV squad right now. And they're having a little success.
A lot of young guys.
Well, I would presume that Fike is a little more used to handing the ball off to him, perhaps.
Yep.
But I'm sure we'll see more of George later. Olberg is still in. He gets the call. Left side, breaks the tackle, gets stopped as he gets up to the 37. Pickup of maybe 1. A little bit of a late hit there. Titans were looking for a flag, won't get one. It'll be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. That would be an amazing coincidence if there were 2 Fikes that were completely unrelated.
Right? Especially in Blue Springs.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 9. It's trips on the right, 1 on the left, pistol formation. Behind Fike, who on the play action actually throws it over the middle, completes the pass to the tight end, Herring.
Another flag.
And flag comes down, holding territory. It's an illegal man downfield.
That's what you got to worry about. RPO, one of the linemen getting too far downfield.
Were you quarterbacking still at the time where that was becoming a popular way of...
Not in high school.
Yeah.
We were still zone read, running a little option, and my last year of college was when the RPO got really going.
Caught on.
Yeah, now it's just second nature. Almost every run plays and got some sort of a pass option to it.
So after the penalty, 2nd and 14, and a give, Olberg, and he was hit. As he got near the line, a decent play right on the line from Coleman.
That was a good pursuit.
Who stepped up from a linebacker position, and I tell you what, he was able to come off a block. There was a Wildcat right there, but he really didn't follow through with his block.
Yeah, he came all the way from the backside, away from where they were running the ball.
So 3rd down and 13 after a gain of a couple. We'll see if they turn him loose. They throw near side. It is caught on the near side, and it is Stevenson again. But he's short of a 1st down.
I think if you had your starter in there, you would think about going for it.
I think they're thinking about it now.
They are.
4th down and 2. Down 21-3 in the first half with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, but do you want a chance to give the Titans the ball on their plus territory?
Now keep in mind they do not have any timeouts, so they can't go up there with the idea of trying to draw them off sides. But they are clearly going for it. Pistol formation, trips on the right. Fike takes the snap, and the give, hit in the backfield, and stopped short of the line to gain. A great step up by Terrell Woods, excuse me.
Great push from the defensive line. Talked about in the opening.
And he didn't let go.
Trying to get all 11 guys in the frame there. We had all 3 defensive linemen and at least 3 linebackers all right there for the stop. Great job by the Titan defense.
An interesting call for Jed Paulson, the relatively new head coach here for the Wildcats, to throw caution to the wind. I mean, it shows that at 21-3, he still felt like the Wildcats were in it.
Yes, yeah, and I would have considered it with your starting quarterback, maybe even with the backup quarterback. It's tough when you haven't seen really.
We got 2 sophomores back there.
Yep, your
sophomore hands off to a sophomore, and he couldn't get to a 2-yard gain.
Yep, your third-string quarterback, when he's only thrown the ball 1 time so far, Titans can just pin their ears back. And
so earlier, by the way, Wooldridge's pass was for 70 yards. Can't do it now because the ball's on the 43 of the Wildcats. So they start with 43 yards to the goal line. And
West has a quarterback change.
14. They made a mistake on the clock. It should be about 1:50 left to go. It's showing 14:50, so they must have accidentally reset the clock at 15 minutes or something like that. So they're waiting for him to fix that. You mentioned that it's Dawson Edwards, the sophomore, in at quarterback for the Titans. We have no idea why. If it's just because they got a 21-3 lead, or if something happened to.
Coach Horn is talking to Caden down there on the sideline.
Give is to Torrey, and Jackson Torrey was able to make one man miss and get a positive gain out of what should have been a loss. Pickup of a couple. Clock is at 1:30 now and counting. Twins on either side. And again, a give to Quincy Torrey, trying to go up the middle, and he gets to the 40. Again, the Wildcats have no timeouts. This is Quincy Torrey this time. Gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Not sure exactly why the Titans are in such a hurry here. Throwing near side and not anywhere near enough as he was looking for Wooldridge.
Couldn't step into it.
And, that stops the clock. The ball's on the 40-yard line. I'd imagine they'll punt the ball away here. Obviously, you're not going to have the leg for a 60-yard kick.
Nope.
But, like I said, it's like you were talking about before. Dawson Edwards, not a whole lot of experience in the 2-minute offense type situation. They actually probably should have taken their time.
Yeah.
Especially on the 3rd and long play.
Oh, false start.
They are going to call it. So it's actually not a bad thing. It'll push them back 5 yards.
More leg into it.
Giving them easier time to hopefully not kick it into the end zone. I think Royce would have dialed up a fake punt here. He used to like to do that.
With knowing maybe your starting quarterback is there, that's perfect fake punt time.
Yeah. I don't think he'll do it here with a 21-3 lead.
No.
But other times might have happened. So, snap and the kick. And a high kick. And a fair catch called for and made at the 16-yard line. And so the Wildcats will have the ball. That was Stevenson on the fair catch. 51 seconds left. I don't know if they'll throw caution to the wind or just hand the ball off a couple of times and see what happens. You would imagine that's the safe thing to do.
Just a couple run plays. Might even need it.
trailing 21-3 just before halftime.
And they get the ball to start the second half.
That is true. They're not in the so-called victory formation. They're in the pistol to start things off. George behind Fike. And this is the sophomore Fike, not the junior. High snap, and he gives it to George. Trying the right side, hitting the backfield, and stop for a loss. Good penetration again for the Titans front three. Was that Putman again?
Yes. Yep. Been in there all night.
Yep. Has had a good first half. So they will have to run one more play as the play clock's at about 29 and the game clock, the play clock at 25 and the game clock was at 29, so there's about 4-second difference. But obviously not in a big hurry. Are the Wildcats, they'll run one more play. And like you said, I guess they'll run it, but I don't even know why you wouldn't just take a knee.
Right.
They do give it to George up the middle, and he's able to pad his stats a little bit, getting across the 25, but that's going to do it for the first half of play. And it's been almost all Lee Summit West Titans as the Titans score 3 times, all touchdowns, and lead it 21-3. After one half of play here at Titan Stadium, we'll take a break, come back with halftime. When we return, 21-3 our score, with Lee Summit West on top here on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Jack Stack carryout comes in clutch.
Biscuits and taquitos, breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine?
Advertise. Here we go. Watch me now. Hard rock and soft rock and easy listening too. Up and down the dialer formats just for you. Country classic talk and gospel stations. Every market across the land has got a station for your situation. The cost is low and radio is theater of the mind. You can present your information with imagination. If you want to get your message across the airwaves with radio. Call them. They will come right over. Remember, you got to go with radio when you want to advertise. There are lots of stations just your size.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage. 810varsity.com.
We're back to Titan Stadium. Along with Jake Johnson filling in for Coach Royce Bain. We are at halftime here at Titan Stadium. We've got some marching band performance coming up for you. They're just about to get going, so we'll take you down to the field. And did he say they're doing two different songs or something?
Sounded like that.
We'll see. That's what we're here for. So 21-3 the score. Titans on top of the Wildcats. Let's take you down to the field for the Titan Marching Band.
Drum majors Willie Page, James Tice, and assistant drum major Henry Hickman. Is your band ready? Your band may take the field in performance.
Yes, so this is song number 2. Oh, this is the fight song, so they must have already done their 2 songs. All right, we are at halftime here at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson. The Titans leading the Wildcats, 21-3 our score. We'll take a break, come back with some halftime numbers right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Get a shot with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Get a water. Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Get a water burger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, cause it all gives you more with Whataburger.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Jackstack carryout comes in clutch.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
This is Mark Files along with the voice of the Titans, Joel Becker, and our new analyst, Jumpin' Jake Johnson. Before we start talking about all of these nifty numbers this first half in Titan football, we have to extend a congratulations to Mr. Jake Johnson for being added to the Titan Football Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Wasn't expecting the phone call from Coach Parks earlier this summer, and sure enough, now I'm a Titan Football Hall of Famer.
So we can call you the Hall of Fame quarterback with the voice, Joel Becker.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do that.
When are we gonna get Joel into the Hall of Fame?
Well,
he's been around.
He's been a fixture, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been the voice of Titan football.
Well,
so,
now that you're part of that club, maybe you can talk to the board that makes those selections.
As we should. Yes.
All right. So who are the guys that went in with you this year?
Corbin Reagan, wide receiver. He was a year older than me, so he was from the 2007 class. DeMarcus Trotter, wide receiver from the 2006 class, the very first class, Titan football. Nathan Paddock, my favorite target from the class of 2008, same class as me, my tight end. Then we had TJ Randall. I believe he was 2010 class. So he was part of the 08 or 07 state championship team. And then Coach Bill Warner.
It ain't a flag unless you get caught.
I think I've heard that a time or two. And
well, that was a great class, and now that is the third or fourth class that's gone in.
Third class, I believe.
Because I know they had to play a little catch-up because of COVID.
Yep.
But they got y'all in that Hall of Fame, and that is a great honor. I'm going to give you a golf clap.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we're glad to have that opportunity to celebrate that with you. We've got about 4.5 minutes here to go in the first half. They'll come back out and do that quick little warm-up thing we did. One little more commercial for the property here on the campus of Lee Summit West. If you're sitting at home because of the heat, make sure you get out here for one of the home games this season. They've got a big, beautiful scoreboard. They got it firing on all cylinders, and it is part of the Friday night attraction of Friday night underneath the lights here at Lee Summit West campus at Titan Stadium. Now for some quick numbers, Jake. Rushing yards. 16 carries for 138 yards for the Titans in the first half. They had 3 receptions for 96 yards. So that's 3 of 5 on the attempts there for the young quarterback. Here's the number that kind of stands out that we need to improve upon. 6 penalties for 52 yards. Yeah. That's got to come down.
Yep, penalties, especially early on in the season. Your referees are always looking for more penalties, and players will adjust to it, and that's part of the game. But yeah, penalties definitely, they stalled out 2 drives with penalties, and then one of those penalties extended the scoring drive for Blue Springs in that first quarter.
Exactly, and I guess the focal point this year is ineligible man downfield on those RPO plays, run-pass options.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. They talk about it every year, and it's probably about time they
enforce it. Okay, so the Titans were 2 of 4 on third down conversions, which is very, very good.
Yeah, you love to be able to convert on third down, especially I think those 2 conversions were, one was a 3rd and long for that long touchdown pass, and then the other one's 3rd and short and run the ball. I want to say it was the first touchdown was on 3rd down.
Yes, it was.
Down here. So yeah, two scoring plays on 3rd down. You gotta love that.
Now for our visitors, the Wildcats of Blue Springs, they have 16 yards on 19 carries. They have 76 yards on 4 receptions. They are 4 of 5 on the passing attempts. They have 33 yards on 4 penalties. Their third down conversions, this sounds a little high, but it says 2 of 12. I don't believe that's exactly right, but they were 1 of 2 on 4th down.
Yep.
And they, of course, got the 1 field goal. So right here at half, it's 21-3 Titans. The leaders for the Titans, we've got Quincy Torrey with 134 yards on the ground. The leader in the pass receptions is going to be Adam Woolridge with 70 yards on that 1 catch. We've got also little 22. It's not Truman, it's
Sims?
Sims, yeah. Sims has got 26 yards on 2 catches, and what a great catch that was in the first quarter.
That was an incredible catch.
He went up and got it as high as he could get it, didn't he?
That's your best friend as a quarterback, someone who can go up and high point a ball like that.
Well, and that's what got him fired up at Liberty last week, and they have just been building off that momentum. I was wondering if they'd come out a little flat, but this defense is basically taking the field, built off of the crowd, and they are just having a great game. Fosno's leading the way with several tackles, a couple big sacks.
He's been in the backfield all evening. That first half, he was probably the best defensive player out on the field.
Not often you get to see your 3rd string quarterback on Friday night, is it?
No, that's the unfortunate part for Blue Springs. It will be interesting to see what they do coming out of the halftime locker room. They're going to run the ball more. They're going to trust him to throw the ball. And if not, West defense is going to pin their ears back and bring all the pressure they can and just try to stop the run.
There you go. We're under a minute here in the warm-up session. Titans are getting ready to come back out. They will be kicking off to start the second half. We'll take a quick break, and then you'll have Joel and the Hall of Fame quarterback, Jake Johnson, to bring us home in the second half. You're listening to a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beckbros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Are you looking for a heartwarming and unique gift? Consider master storyteller David Lewis's Memories CD collection. One memories of the cold. 9 of David's best memories of sled, snow, grandpa on ice, 34 degrees below, skates, and Christmas. Those paws, wings, and claws. 13 recollections of cats, horses, dogs, birds, a misguided vet, and a bobcat that stuck to the wall. Just photos. 13 memories of the witch in the woods and other captivating people gone but not forgotten. And you had to be there. 14 heartwarming tales like Fantasy on the Porch, an ox out of his box, a foot fetish catfish, and more. Recollecting times, places, people, and events in David's life is simply what to hear for yourself. David's CDs are available online at memoriescds.com. You can get audio clips at the website. That's memoriescds.com. Why not buy the gift that can be enjoyed over and over? David Lewis's Memories CD collection. A touch of the heartland for your family.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to the Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, along with Hall of Fame quarterback Jake Johnson. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Actually, as long as we're congratulating people, we should congratulate the coach as well. Coach Horn and his wife welcomed their second baby. What was it? Just a couple of nights ago, I guess. Maddox arrived 8 pounds 11 ounces, so that's over 8.5 pounds. Thinking a linebacker.
Already. So, hopefully he's still getting some good night sleeps.
He's back on the field. As you mentioned earlier, the Titans will be kicking off after the Wildcats deferred to start off the game. They lead it 21-3 after the first half of play. A couple of scores for you. Liberty North is leading, but only 14-7 over Liberty, the team that we played last week.
No, Liberty's a little scrappy.
So yeah, 14-7 halftime score there. Lee Summit North has a 26-10 lead over Park Hill South. That's late in the second quarter there. Staley is on top of Lee Summit most of the way through the second quarter. It is 7-0 for Staley in that one. Sebastian Coleman waiting for the ball to be presented to him in about 10 seconds once the warm-up period is over, and we'll get going for the second half. It'll be interesting to see. It looks like both teams are going to be going without at least their starting quarterback. In the case of the Wildcats, they were down to their third-string quarterback in the first half. We'll see whether or not that continues to be the case. So Coleman puts the ball down just a hair left of center on the 40-yard line. He approaches and kicks, and it's going to be a short kick taken at about the 17-18-yard line. Hit hard. And a really good stick on the play there for Brody Ramsey.
That's how you make a name on special teams right there.
Tell you what, you're right about that. And so that was, I believe, Ulberg on the return.
First down and 10 on the 25-yard line.
So first and 10 from the 25 for Blue Springs. And yes, it is still Jordan Fike who is in. James, presumably his older brother, got the start. And then briefly, we had Parker Good mopping in to their backup, but they both got hurt. And it is George, and he's in the backfield. Good penetration again from the bandit Wilson. And Devin Wilson with a tackle for a loss.
Great job by that left side of the defense.
Well, and it's good to see the Titans coming up all fired up.
Yes, yeah. Want 21-3 coming out. You want to make a statement on defense.
Keep the loss of
going.
2, maybe 2.5. Second down and long from there. And as you were talking about before, you know, with a sophomore quarterback in, third string, who hasn't seen a whole lot of Friday Night Lights, you assume they're going to come after him as much as they can. Now he's back to throw on this one. A pump fake and then a throw. Stevenson incomplete.
I think
there should be if there wasn't one, I'll tell you what.
Good play by the corner. He got burnt. They ran a little hitch and go. He bit on the hitch.
They're going to call it defensive holding, and that's the right call. Yes. He grabbed his jersey.
Yep.
And the only real question was whether or not the ball was already in the air. And it was right about the same time, so it could have gone either way, but it'll be a 10-yard penalty in the case. Now, on the other hand, it will not give them a first down because they don't have automatic first downs in high school football penalty situations, so it should set up a second and about 2.
Just how it should be in all football. I don't like how pass interference in the NFL is a spot foul. And
well, I don't necessarily mind that so much. You know, if somebody comes up and tackles a guy who's ready, you're basically restoring what they lost. There's the throw near side Stevenson. He makes the catch, hit and tackled as he gets to the 40-yard line. It'll be good for a first down pickup of 7. What I don't like are the automatics on the illegal contact and defensive holding. Yeah, yep. So you end up with a situation where, and in some cases, you know, the officials are calling something that has absolutely nothing to do with the play.
Completely on the opposite side, and it's, Yep.
Now, you never know with stuff like that because, again, if somebody holds somebody, it could be that the quarterback would have come back over there had that not happened, but still, I don't mind the penalty. What I don't like is the automatic first down. Give to George, trying to go right side, didn't like what he saw, cut up the middle. He is swarmed over and stopped. Forward progress. The whistle blew after a gain of a yard to the 41. It'll be second down and 9 from there.
That defensive line for the Titans right now is coming off the ball so fast. So much penetration getting into the backfield.
So second and long. I mean, I tell you what, if I'm new coach Jed Paulson over here for the Wildcats, I'm just going to let the guy go.
Yeah,
what's the worst thing that can happen? What if he throws 8 interceptions? Who cares, you know? You're already losing 21-3 anyway. Back to throw, trying to set up a screen. They get it to George. Boy, that looked like a block in the back. But they kept it going. No flags and out of bounds is George. All the way up to the Titan 41.
So we've seen.
Is it just me, or did the left tackle there, Munoz, sure look like he clipped somebody?
I think he did.
Play.
I think he did, but he got away with it.
Yep. Well, it was right in front of the ball too. Usually,
right.
I mean, the old adage is, and you probably know as well as anybody, you can call holding on every play.
Yes.
But usually they let it go if it doesn't have anything to do with the play. But when it happens right in front of the ball like that, usually they don't let them get away. But you know, they probably saw it better than we did. Pistol formation. Fike and Olberg behind him. They fake to him, throw over the middle. It is caught. I believe the ball was actually tipped on the way, but Herring with the catch.
Number 89.
Now, is there a flag down? No.
Nope.
Second down and 1.
So they're marking him just shy of a first down by a yard. It's second down and 1. Pickup of 9. Ball's on the 33-yard line.
We've seen 4 passes from Blue Springs in this drive. All of them have been either short, quick throws, and we saw the one big shot on a double move.
Trying to pick up the confidence.
Yeah, just give them a little confidence. That's all you need.
Jordan Fike from the pistol, and it is again read option. Gave it up the middle to Olberg, and he gets to the line of scrimmage. Now he only needed a yard, and they are going to give it to him, so first and 10 for the Wildcats at the Titan 32.
You know, you might be onto something when you said earlier the sophomore quarterback with the sophomore running back, and then working in practice, because he's been getting most of the reps here.
Well, we did see George earlier in the drive, but Ulberg is in there now. Dante Ulberg in the pistol. 1st and 10 Wildcats. And they give it to Ulberg trying to go on left side. And again, that looked like there was a little holding going on, but they didn't call it. And it was a gain to about the 30, not much of one.
Number 23, tackle on the play.
It'll be second down, about 8 from there. We've played roughly 4 minutes of this third quarter. Titans on top, 21-3.
Second down and 8.
Now this, if the Wildcats can continue on this drive and eventually come away with points, that's what they need to start these, start things off here.
Yeah,
in this quarter.
This drive is really reminiscent of their first drive.
Yeah, get themselves back in the game, or at least try to. Double tight this time around, back to throwing on the far side, and it is caught. Good enough for a first down for Toya.
Tackle on the play by number 7, Devin Wilson.
Hadn't called his number much in this game. I believe that's his first catch or run.
Down at the 20-yard line for the Wildcats.
First touch, so it'll be 1st and 10 right at the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And,
you can see it
as he settles in.
Yeah, you can see it.
Big number 17 is getting himself settled.
You get to go to the locker room. You get to hear from the coaches, slow down a little bit, and fire away.
And it is a give. This time George, and he stutter steps, goes up the middle. Pretty good hole. Pickup of 6. Second down and 4 from the Titan 14. And again, you can speak to this from having done this before, but when you're forced into a game in the middle of a first half, having that halftime to kind of reset yourself really helps.
Yeah.
Or at least it sure seems to right now for Jordan Fike anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure they went up there and probably game plan for him a little different than what they had for their other 2 quarterbacks. I'm sure he didn't get a lot of reps during the week as with the number 1 offense.
I would imagine not. Pistol formation, Ulberg right up the middle. He was hit as he got to the line, but fell forward for a couple of yards. It'll set up a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 3. Really closer to 2. The ball is at the 13. They need inside the 11, so it's a long 2 or a short 3.
Yep, this is definitely 4-down territory for Blue Springs.
Yeah, down 21-3, and already having used up half the quarter on this opening drive of the second half. You pretty well have to come away with 7 points here if you're the Wildcats.
Wouldn't be shocked to see another RPO here, play action pass from Blue Springs.
Ulberg is to his right in the shotgun. Twins on either side. Fike from the shotgun goes straight back to throwing on the swing pass. He did get it to him, but no, it actually bounced before he actually got there. And I don't know, that you see that a lot with the youngster quarterbacks, and he did this earlier in the game, and we saw our quarterback do it as well. When you try and throw something out on a swing or something like that, and just you don't step into it, as like you said.
Yeah, just forced there, and
not everybody is Patrick Mahomes.
No,
you just can't arm it out there.
Can't throw from every angle, and
you can in the sandlot, and you can if you're Patrick Mahomes or Brett Favre or whatever, but when you're a sophomore on Friday night, probably not so much.
Nope, not the best idea.
4th down, obviously going for it here. And we get movement.
Timeout?
But I believe a timeout was called by the Titans.
Ooh.
As apparently they didn't like what they saw when the offense came out. So they burned their first timeout. Actually, their first time out of the game. I don't think they ever used one in the first half.
No.
So 5:40 left to go in the second half, or I should say the third quarter. A big play here, 4th down and about 3. Like I said, a short 3 or a long 2. The Titans have come up big defensively on these 4th down plays a couple times already in the game.
Yeah, we go back to the last major drive for Blue Springs in the first half. 4th and 2, 4th and 3 from about midfield, and Titan defense stepped up and stopped them there. See if they can do it again right here.
So that ends up working like a water break.
Water break, yeah.
Although they should give them another one at some point because they did charge the Titans a timeout.
Right.
So you've got a wing back moving from the left to the right. And the give, Ulberg, he's hit at the line, no gain on the play, they actually lost a couple yards. And for a third time, the Titans defense comes up with the stop on fourth down. They'll take over on downs at the 15-yard line. So all that effort for the Wildcats comes up for naught as they're held off the scoreboard. Not great field position for the Titans, but and I don't know if the Wildcats knew coming out that we probably weren't going to see Caden Carter, and instead it looks like we're going to see Dawson Edwards in this quarter. But, maybe they thought hitting them back toward the end zone, they wouldn't be so bad.
No, yeah, but
I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, as well as the Titans are running the football, it may not make a whole lot of difference who's handing it off.
No, it shouldn't. Not with Quincy Torrey back there.
And he is in the pistol behind Edwards. You got twins on the right. And they fake it. That was a broken play, but Edwards keeps it himself, breaks a one tackle, gets about a yard. And there's a little confusion where you sometimes see when a backup quarterback comes in, and he's not even listed as the second string quarterback. That's a kind of fluid position. It changes from practice to practice.
Practice.
But even still, you can tell that the reps aren't quite there.
Yep.
They obviously were not on the same page.
He did the right thing, though. Just went forward. Didn't try to do anything fancy and got a yard.
More importantly, nothing dangerous.
Right.
And this time they give to Quincy up the middle. And this time a pretty good hole, and he gets across the 20 to about the 21, maybe the 22. It'll be a pickup of 6 and set up third down, third and about 3. If the Titans can convert it, that would be big because, again, their defense was out there for a full half a quarter. You would like something better than a 3 and out if at all possible. They've got 3 yards to do it. We'll see if they keep it on the ground here or what. It's Jackson Torrey, and they're both looking at the armband trying to figure out what the play is here. Edwards from the shotgun, and he'll toss it out to Torrey, trying to get around the edge. He's hit. He did get up back to the line of scrimmage. Well, not even quite the line of scrimmage. It'll be about a loss of maybe a half a yard, and it'll send the punting unit in. So the Titans were unable to avoid the 3 and out. So, again, the gamble, as that goes, ends up paying off for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they should end up with good field position now.
Yeah. Well, they could have basically done the same thing if they'd kicked a field goal and kicked it off.
Yep.
But anyway. So punting from just in front of the 5-yard line. Good snap. The kick is again high and very short. And Stevenson makes the fair catch at about the 45, 46-yard line. That's the Titans 46. So as you said, very good field position for the Wildcats. 3:26 left to go in the third quarter. Titans on top 21-3. It's an interesting schedule for the Titans this year. We've got 5 games in a row at home after starting the season in Liberty. It's a 5-game homestand. How about that?
I love it.
It's too bad that Coach Bame's not here. I could have told him that I had French onion soup today. You don't know the inside joke. It goes even before your time a little bit.
Wow.
On the team. 1st and 10, Fike back to throw. Straight drop back and a throw on the near side. Stevenson incomplete. It's a little bit of hand checking, but not really any interference over there. And so incomplete. So the first year we did these broadcasts way back in 2006 or whatever it was, there was actually a coach's conversation that was sponsored. They used to let Royce go to Jason's Deli with me in the middle of the day. Well, you didn't have to tell everybody that. And they would feed us. And, of course, you remember the first year that we were a team, we lost our first 7 games before we started broadcasting.
Yeah, that was my freshman year.
Yeah, and rolling right side throwing, and a catch on the flat by the tight end Herring, who's had a pretty good day. It'll be a pickup of 6, maybe 5. Third down and about 5 or 4. Let's say 4 from there. So we would Friday afternoon or lunchtime go over there, have lunch, do the coaches conversation, and then play it that night. And if you remember that second year when you were, a sophomore, I guess.
Sophomore year, yep.
We won our first 7 games.
Yes.
So that day, the first day, we had French onion soup and salad. Guess what we had every other game until the 7 weeks were over. Oh, hit as he threw it. And incomplete. Again, coming up from the bandit position was Wilson. And Devin, a nice stick, really break that up and set up a 4th down.
He came off the edge clean there, too.
Yeah, 4th and 4, and presumably they'll go for it. On the 4, they need the 36. So, yeah. So 7 weeks in a row, it was soup and single-serve salad bar from Jason's Deli. And I had French onion soup from the 6 Mile Chop House in Lawrence today. It's good.
I'm sure it was better than...
Royce would have been appreciative. We're keeping the streak going. 4th and 4. Fike from the shotgun, back to throw, throws over the middle, wide open. He's got a man, it's caught, first down. Once again, Herring.
Just a little seam route. They've really done a good job with their third-string quarterback, giving him easy throws, not a lot of reads, 1-2 read, hitch route on the outside with a seam down the middle. That's...
Can't make it a whole lot easier than that.
No.
That was a Travis Kelce special there. So 1st and 10 from the Titan 25. Fike looking left side, throwing a little bit short. It was caught, though, by Toya. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his name, T-O-I-A.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I haven't heard the PA guy say it. Maybe he's just figured if I don't say anything, I can't get it wrong. So there's a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Just outside the red zone. Clock's down to 1:45 left to go, though. Here in this third quarter, Titans on top, 21-3. Although, again, they had a 10-0 deficit in the first half in their last game and came back to tie it. Fike on the play action, rolling out to the right side. He eludes one man. Now he's going to pull down the ball and slides as he gets to the 20-yard line. It's only a gain of a couple. I don't know if did the coaching staff ever talk to you about, there's a Titan down, by the way. I'm not sure, but he may have actually gotten spiked at the end of that play. He may have slid right into him.
Either that or he got hit by his own teammate with friendly fire.
Yeah, it could have been a roll, something that he rolled something.
Yep.
I don't know. But obviously in some discomfort. The coaches ever talk to you about sliding as a quarterback?
Junior year. No, we wanted to slide. Junior year, my first start was against Liberty right out here, and I think it was our second drive, and I got absolutely destroyed on an option play. And from then on, I made it a
figured it out all by yourself.
Yeah, luckily I played baseball, so I knew how to slide.
Noah Patton walking off under his own power, looks like he's okay. Yeah, they don't let you slide in hockey. I tell you what, you obviously don't know from being so much younger than I am, but when I was in high school, I went from being the littlest guy out there when I was like a freshman playing hockey to being one of the biggest guys by the time I was a junior. I went from the guy that people would go flying over because I would duck down and they would just fly over me from the hit check, to the guy that they would come up to take the run at, would hit and fall down.
Love it.
That was like the brick wall. Back to throw, Fike looking left side, and it is caught. Boy, wasn't sure which team was going to come down with that originally, but Stevenson did.
That was a tight window.
Yeah, the Titans tried to jump the route, but whoever it was from the defensive back position missed the ball, and Stevenson came up with it. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Fike ran over to the sideline, presumably to get the play. Comes in. We're down under a minute to go in the quarter. George is in as running back in the pistol. Herring is the wing back on the left side. They give it to George, trying to follow him. He breaks the tackle inside the 10 down to about the 8, maybe 7. It'll be a pickup of 3 or 4, second down from there.
Titans had multiple guys in the backfield. George did a good job of avoiding it and getting positive yards there.
So they can actually let the quarter run out, but I don't know why they'd want to. It looks like they are.
They are, yeah.
But, you know, if I'm the Wildcats, why not take as many plays as you can? Especially when you're threatening to score here.
Yeah.
They're going to let the quarter run out, it would seem.
Yeah, you're still down 3 scores.
Right. Well, almost anyway. 3 scores, definitely not 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
21-3 is the way the third quarter ends, though. 12 minutes of football left to go here at Titan Stadium. The Titans have had all the offense so far. We'll see if they can keep it up into this fourth quarter. That's coming up right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Get us with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Jake Johnson, the Hall of Famer, sitting in for Coach Royce Bain, who also ought to be a Hall of Famer. Is Royce a Hall of Famer? I don't know.
He is. He was in first class.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Much deserved.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, they'll probably just name the field after him. Titan Stadium at Royce Bain Field.
There you go, Royce Bain Field at Titan Stadium. When's Mark Files getting his Hall of Fame induction?
Well, I was talking to Mark. You're the voice of Titan football since its existence. You need to be in it.
We'll see. We'll do that right after we win our next state title. Number 4. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so second down and 7 as we start the fourth quarter of play here. Titans on top. 21-3 with 12 minutes of football left to go. Third string quarterback sophomore Jordan Fike in for the Wildcats. Has been in since the first half. Throws the fade in the end zone, and is it intercepted? No, it's incomplete. Good positioning on that play by Washington.
That was a great play.
And unable to come down with it himself, but at least he was able to break it up. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Stevenson and Washington have had a couple battles on that side of the field. Man, that time he turned his head, found the ball. He had a great play, almost with the interception.
Stevenson's a load. He's a big wide receiver.
Says he's 6'4", 195, man.
I believe it.
Yeah. He definitely stands out from up here.
So, 3rd down and 7. They come out in the pistol. Back to throw Fike, and they're setting up a screen. They get the screen off, but a good defensive play as they got it to Herring on the tight end screen, or H-back screen, really.
Rally to the football.
And they'll stop him for a loss, and it'll be 4th down, and it looks like they're bringing the field goal unit in to try and make it essentially a 2-score game.
Yep.
I mean, one of them would have to be an 8-point
We
score.
don't have a holder.
Yeah, the quarterback probably doesn't realize that he has to hold, because it was his brother who was the holder. Now he comes back out. I wonder if he's ever done that before. Left-footed kicker.
It's very different, too.
Yeah. If they're down to 5 seconds, they may have to burn a timeout, or they may have to... No, they did get it off, and the kick, and it is good. So all of that, and he still managed... I tell you what, this kicker... If you were looking for at least one bright spot on the Wildcat time, it's Will Aring, who is now responsible for all 6 points they have. 21-6 our score, 11:04 left to go regulation time. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping. At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, can't...
Back live at Titan Stadium, Joel Becker and Jake Johnson, the Hall of Famer and also member of state champion Titan football. I assume in 2007. Were you also there at 2010?
Nope. 07 was my senior year.
Okay. So, the Class 4 state championship.
Class 4 now. Now Big Dogs, Class 6.
So one Class 4 championship, two Class 5s, and looking for their first Class 6.
Oh, pooch.
And a pooch kick, and it will be caught, and a nice play for the Titans. I think that was Ty Washington who went back and made a nice little over-the-shoulder catch and just went down.
That was a great heads-up play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, down by 2 scores with 11 minutes left to go. If you're the Wildcats, you got to do something.
Yeah. You also got to think that kicker, he's put it in the end zone twice. You hold him on 3 straight plays, probably get decent field position again. So
why not?
Now you can open up the playbook a little bit for Titans here.
Well, I mean, they're going to probably want to run the clock as much as they can, especially again with Dawson Edwards in at quarterback, taking over from Caden Carter, and they will give it to Quincy Torrey, and he had a nice hole off left tackle, only got a couple of yards on the play. Hole closed in a hurry, but it'll be a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, good pursuit from Bruce Springs right there.
And, you would think that the offensive minds on the Titans coaching staff would take a page out of the Wildcats book and maybe give Edwards a few easy passes to kind of get him in a groove as well.
Yeah, just keep it simple, 1-2 read, maybe a little RPOs.
So on 2nd down, obviously they're milking the clock as much as they can. Pistol formation, Twins on the right, and it's going to be a keeper. Edwards around the right side. He's got a flag down as he got to the line of scrimmage.
There's your holding call.
And that'll cost the Titans. Although, you know what? If I'm the Wildcats, I actually would very seriously consider.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Just third and 9.
That penalty, yeah. Give them a 3rd and 9. With again, if Carter's in there, you don't do that.
Right.
But with a possibly third string type quarterback in there, get the ball back as quick as you can.
Yep.
Now, granted, you would assume that on 2nd and 17 they're going to have a hard time getting the first down, but they get to milk a lot more clock this way.
Yeah, now you're running 40 more seconds and 2 straight plays.
And you never know, trips on the right side, and there's a lot of explosive guys out on the Titans. They throw over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Woldridge, and someone stepped in front of that. There was a incomplete pass, stops the clock. That's the other thing about that, is that it does. That's the Titans playing right into the Wildcats' hands there.
Yep.
And it sets up a 3rd down and a country mile.
You got to think draw here, or maybe a screen.
Do you ever remember them drawing up plays for 3rd and 17?
No, not really. I don't think any coach likes being in 3rd and 17.
So, a draw play. It's going to be Quincy Torrey. Got around the right side, but he'll be forced down on the far sideline as he got across the 30 to maybe the 33. And it'll be a punting situation. 3rd and a ton. They gave him the 34. So 4th down, about 12. The Titans can at least milk off a little. Well, no, they said he went out of bounds, so they stopped the clock.
Let's see if the Titan defense coming back 2 straight 3 and outs for the offense.
So this time Stevenson will make the catch. A good job pursuing by Williams, who's had a terrific game defensively and now on special teams as well.
Yeah, that's a great tackle, open field.
Yeah, because that could have been another 10, 15 yards easy before anybody even comes close to him.
Yeah, he was definitely the closest one to him.
And like I said, Stevenson's a load, so you never know how far he might have ended up going. So 9:46 showing on the clock in regulation time. Titans leading at 21-6. It is Jordan Fike, the sophomore, in for James Fike, the junior, as the third quarterback in the game. Back to throw. He will throw far side. He's got a man. It is caught. And right down the seam once again. That time it was Toya. And down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And I tell you what, this Fike is looking pretty good.
Just letting it loose now. Nothing to lose.
Well, like I said before, that's what I would have done if I were the coaching staff of the Wildcats. See what happens. 1st and 10 from the 25. Working quickly, they give it. And Olberg, he was hit at the line, broke a tackle, and got down to around the 20, pick up a 5.
23 on the carry.
Clock running with 9:20 left to go. Now, the one good thing for the Titans is they have come up big when they've gotten their backs toward the goal line.
Yeah, they've definitely bended in the middle of the field, but once we've got inside the red zone, they haven't broke.
Only the 2 field goals and a couple of 4th down turnovers.
2 big 4th down turnovers.
2nd down and 5. Shotgun formation, Olberg in. Back to throw Fike, looking left side, and made a play fake. Now he throws, and it's incomplete, overthrew Toya. And he's done that a couple of times with the little shoulder fake there to try and give his receiver an opportunity to make a break on the cornerback.
Yep, tried another double move, hitch and go there, and corner didn't bite on that one. He stayed with him step for step.
Stops the clock on the incomplete pass with 8:47 left to go. So that will bring up a 3rd down and about 5. They need the 15. They're on the 20. Right at the red zone. Twins on either side. Pistol formation. Fike back to throw. They blitz him. He throws. He makes the catch, does Stevenson, but it's going to be shy of a 1st down to the 18, 4th and about 2. You would imagine they'll go for it again, although they have not been able to convert too often.
No, and it's been in this distance too.
Right.
4th and 2, 4th and 3.
Near this part of the field too.
Yep.
And definitely they have enough leg to get a field goal from here. But it seems like they're going to go for it. They need the 15. Ball's at the 17. Pistol formation. And it's Fike. Turns, throws, and incomplete.
Good stand.
He was looking for an H-back. Caden Charlton coming out of the backfield, or out of an H-back position. He was open.
Yeah.
Just didn't find him with the pass.
Yeah. Don't know if he would have gotten the 1st down even if we caught it.
Probably. He had a couple of steps.
Yeah.
Again, all he needed was a couple of yards.
That's another big stop though on 4th and short and close to the red zone for the Titans. Bending and not breaking. Gotta love it.
Yep. Although it's kind of interesting. It feels like both teams are doing their darndest to make sure the other team stays in the game.
Lots of missed opportunities out there, that's for sure.
So we'll see what the Titans can do on offense. They have not gotten too on track here in the second half. They had a 21-3 lead going into halftime. It's 21-6 now, and 8 minutes left to go. From the pistol, Edwards pump fakes, throws over the middle, and did he hang on to it?
Yes,
I think he did. Nice job there by Tavion Sims, who's had about 3 really good catches. And I tell you what, he doesn't mind taking a hit, does he?
Oh, he's got some hands on him, man.
Well, he may mind it, but he doesn't. But it doesn't keep him from dropping,
tough going,
catching the ball.
You don't see a lot of receivers going across the middle like that, taking hits and holding on to the football anymore. That was a great catch.
You may have a little conversation with Edwards after that. Don't throw it there. And the give, Quincy Torrey was hit right as he got the football, managed to go forward near the line of scrimmage, but he'll still lose about a yard and set up a 3rd down and 4. Ball's on the 23 they need to get to the 27.
Lots of white jerseys in the backfield on that play. Quincy wasn't going anywhere.
Well, they're keying on running plays, obviously, for the Titans, assuming the Titans are trying to milk the clock.
Yep.
Which is under 7 minutes.
It's a big 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Edwards, man in motion, is Torrey. They fake to him. He's way open, and the throw overthrown. Oh, he was wide open.
He took a shot, though.
And, I mean, good for Edwards for, it was a great play on the little pump fake.
Yep.
The defense absolutely bit on it, but all he had to do was put a little more air under that, and Quincy could have ran right under it. It reminded me of the Chiefs preseason game.
To Rasheed Rice, right? Yep.
That was right there. Oh, well.
Edwards took a big shot, though. I don't think he could get his feet set, so he's just throwing off his back foot, and as soon as he's letting it go, he's taking the shot to the ribs.
So 4th and 4. And the punt, they come after it. There's a little contact, but no flag.
There's a block in the back.
And there is a flag. I think that's going to be interference on the fair catch.
That's a tough call.
We'll see.
He was pushed in the back by a Blue Springs player.
So we'll see. It may be the other way around.
But I think you're right. I think they are going to call kick-catch interference.
They are looking toward the Wildcat sideline. Officials have huddled up to discuss it.
It's a big call because be on the other side of the 50-yard line for Blue Springs.
It is fair catch interference on the Titans, which I believe is a 15-yard penalty. So it'll take it from the 40 to the Titan 45. Crowd doesn't like the call.
That's a tough call.
Well, I can't say as I blame them. We're down to 6.5 minutes left to go regulation time. Titans still leading 21-6, but great field position to start things off for the Wildcats at the Titan 45. Jordan Fike back to throw. He's getting a bit of a rush as he rolls to the right, throwing near side, and incomplete. Good coverage over there on the near side. I believe that was Thomason on the coverage. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Man, once again, battle. Washington and Stevenson going at it. 6'4", 6'5", Stevenson. And Washington still gets the better of him. He's been shadowing him around the field this whole game. Every time he switches sides, he's following him.
I haven't called out Putnam's name in a little while.
No, he's been quiet this second half.
Wait for a big play from him, perhaps. And back to throw, throwing down the middle of the field. Incomplete, looking for Toya. It was overthrown. Titans had a shot at an interception, but a little contact. No flag. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
We got a flag on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Line of scrimmage.
That would be holding area. And actually, it's an illegal contact penalty against the Titans.
There's what you were talking about. Ball is on the far right-hand side of the field, and we have a holding call on the opposite side of the field on the defense.
Yeah. I wonder if that was hands to the face. I bet it was, but I can't say for sure.
Yeah.
On the 35-yard line.
So that'll give them a free 1st down on the 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10 from the Titan 35. Clock is stopped at 6:20 left to go. On the snap, the give. Off right tackle, George. He comes off a one hit and gets inside the 30 down to about the 27. It'll be a pickup of about 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2.
You see a lot of D linemen getting rotated in and out. This defense has to be extremely tired. Multiple 3-and-outs for the offense, and they've been on the field for probably 20 minutes. 18 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, it's been a lot of 3-and-outs, or at least quick series for the Titans offense. They have not been on track here in the second half. Twins on the left, and Fike looked that way. Now he'll roll to his left side. He's going to throw it out of bounds in the general vicinity of Devin Staley.
There you go, Joel. You asked for it, getting a little pressure on the quarterback, forcing him out to his left.
I don't know if you saw this, but Logan on that play that, and I don't know if he was the one who was nailed for the penalty or not. He literally tackled somebody. I mean, came right off. I mean, it was just one of those things where the ball was snapped, the lineman came off, and he threw him to the ground.
Yeah, that would make sense because I'm sure it was an eligible receiver too that he threw down.
3rd down and 2. Back to throw. Fike trying to set up a screen to George. He gets it to him. Big hit on the play by Woods. And Terrell Woods a little slow in getting up, but seems to be okay. Actually, that was Coleman who was slow in getting up. Woods gave the hit, but it's going to be good enough for a first down. As the catch by George takes him up to the 22.
It's good pursuit from Woods. Nose tackle, getting back down the field into the play, making a tackle.
So coming up on about 5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Trips on the left side this time. Fike looks that way. Now he's looking right side. He'll throw right side. Stevenson over there, incomplete. Once again, Washington all over him, and he had some help, safety help that time. And did a good job of avoiding any kind of interference.
This is fun. Those two, they're battling. Yeah. It's fun to watch.
Well, and for a quarterback, Ty is not a small guy himself.
No, that's, yeah.
Well, Stevenson makes him look a little small.
He does.
But in reality, he's not. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stopped with 5:06 left to go. Fike, the sophomore. Back to throw. Swings it out towards George. And he is knocked out of bounds inside the 20 to about the 17. So they get into the red zone. It'll be 3rd down and long, though. They've got 2 downs to get there.
Yep, we've talked about Ty Washington in coverage. He just came up and nice open field tackle.
George didn't really have anywhere else to go.
No.
So 3rd down and 6. They've got Twins on the right and a bunch as well on the left. So a tight formation. Back to throw. Fike over the middle. It is caught. Stevenson, big hit. As stepping on the play is Grauberger. And Drew did not allow him any extra yards. It'll set up a 4th down. It was a gain, but only of inches. And so 4th down and 6. Great open field tackle. Especially for a big guy. He came in low and just knocked his feet out from under him. So 4th and 6. Interestingly, the Titans have had more trouble with these longer 4th downs than they've had with the shorter ones. Back to throw Fike. They come after him. He throws toward the end zone. Incomplete.
No flags.
And nor should there have been. Stevenson did a good job of trying to draw one by riding the, he basically rode the defender.
Yeah.
But he knew as soon as that ball was thrown that he had no chance to catch it.
No chance.
So he just tried to ride the defender and hope for a flag, but he didn't get one.
Right. Ty did a great job. He turned his head to try to find the football. It wasn't like he was face guarding or anything like that. So
actually, face guarding is not illegal.
Yeah, right. So
in high school anyway.
So yeah, he did a great job. Man, this Titan defense just once again bend and not break.
Ooh, lose some lights.
I think it was the next door.
Okay. Press box lights.
Yes.
Probably couldn't see out the window. All right, so Titans take over on downs again. And the give. Oh, nice play. And Quincy Torrey with a big hole. And he'll come up the near sideline. Broke the tackle. Gets across midfield. Dragged down. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 49. And Quincy Torrey took what was probably going to be a simple 3-yard run and turned it into what, 33 yards?
Yeah, that play was designed to go to the right, and he cut that all the way back to left-hand side of the line of scrimmage. Great run, Quincy.
Longest run clearly of the second half. Edwards and another give to Torrey, and he tried to bounce it out again, changed his mind, went up the middle, and got himself about 4 yards up to the 45. There's a flag late. I don't know if it's a face mask. Yeah, that is going to be the 5-yard face mask variety. That'll be a little short of a first down. Actually, this couldn't have worked out any better for the Titans because it'll set up a first and less than 1.
Yep. Yep.
Interestingly.
Now you take your time, you run. Almost a minute and a half off.
Now they switched it over to second down. I guess because it's post play with the, but it's still second and less than a yard. Titans letting the clock run down inside of 4 minutes. Edwards, who took over for Caden Carter at the end of the first half, still in at quarterback. Checking his armband for the play, and I think we're going to get a timeout. The play clock was running down to 0.
Kept looking at his armband, didn't know.
Yep, and so the Titans burn a timeout. It's leading it 21-6. They can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. This time, everybody needs to get on the same page. Keep holding on to the football.
Folks, we want to thank you for coming out to the game tonight. As the game finishes up, please pick up your trash.
Well, I do believe that's only leaves them 1 left to go.
Leave the stadium. Again, thank you for coming to Titan Stadium as we finish tonight's game.
But you definitely didn't want to give up that 2nd and 2 feet.
No. Especially, you get this first down.
You don't really have to on this play, but
right. But now you got Blue Springs with 3 timeouts, and now they have to start.
But if you ever wanted to take a shot,
this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, play action.
Yep.
See what Edwards can do. Tell him we're gonna let you either redeem yourself.
Yeah, either your guy gets it or you throw it as far as you can to where nobody else can get it.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they hand it off to Quincy, but we'll see. He's in the pistol.
Got 8 guys in the box for Blue Springs, man coverage.
And they do play action it, and they do throw downfield and open, and Wildridge could not bring it in. The throw was a little underthrown.
Good call, Joel.
So it'll still, but the reason why you do that is because now it's 3rd and 2 feet, and so presumably, hopefully, you can get this.
That's unfortunate for Edwards. The 2 big plays where he's taking a shot downfield. He's been hit as he's gotten thrown. He really hasn't. He didn't get much on that one because he's taking a shot and getting driven down.
At least it was in a position where the receiver could come back for it and got a hand on it.
Yep, and it was also his guy was catching it or nobody else was because defender had no idea where the ball was.
An official's timeout on the field for some reason. Stops the clock with 3:24 left to go. Play clock's at 25.
Blue Springs' coach has been really working these officials tonight.
Out on the field. He's all the way at the numbers.
Clock issue? Or?
I don't know. I don't know why it would be. I think they may have been
3rd down.
Yeah, I think that's what they were concerned about is the down. Now the yard marker says 2nd.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're having a hard time making the change. But at any rate, on the snap, nowhere for Edwards to go. For Torrey on the handoff. And so, that was a 2nd down play. So that I was right the first time where it was actually 1st and 1. And so now it's 3rd. Unfortunately, he lost some yards, so it's now 3rd and 4. And Blue Springs has called a timeout with just under 3 minutes left to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for our new voice of the Titan, Marcus Summers!
So back here at Titan Stadium next week to take on Park Hill South, correct? Yeah. That, and then it's Blue Springs South. They've redone a lot of the districting for this year. There's only 6 teams in districts instead of 8, which means you end up with a play-in game in districts.
And it's a wild district too. And then when you look at the couple other districts on this side of the state, it's
the good news is there's no one from Nixa, Kickapoo, or Joplin.
Don't have to go south.
That's our districts.
That's fun. Yeah, no long trips.
So after the Wildcat timeout, 3rd down and 4. So they have 2 timeouts left.
See a little slip screen or a draw.
I think they hand it off here. Yeah. And it's Quincy Torrey breaks the tackle, and he's going to get a first down. He could go all the way to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Titans.
Man.
Quincy Torrey. That is second touchdown. What a run. 56 yards earlier. That one from 34.
What a night for Quincy. Some huge runs at huge times when the Titans really needed it.
Sebastian, well, you know what? We talked about the fact that the offense had been kind of anemic in this second half. They sure picked a good time.
They did, yeah.
To put a nail in the coffin, as they would say. Sebastian Coleman out, waiting for them to put the ball in play so we can try this extra point. .248 left to go. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 2 minutes, 48 seconds left to go regulation time. The Titans extend their lead 28-6 over Blue Springs. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Biscuits and taquitos. Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast,
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Hall of Famer Jake Johnson. Although I could say that every week. I mean, even when Royce is here.
Yeah, you can.
So, 2:48 left to go on the clock. Titans on the 3rd rushing touchdown from Quincy Torrey, who has amassed over 2 Bills worth of yardage.
Good day of work for Quincy.
And 3 touchdowns, all from at least 20 yards or more. The kick is high and short, comes down about the 10-yard line. Trying to go around to the left side. And around the left side up to 35, 40, and forced out of bounds around the 45. Are there any flags?
There's one 36-yard line, 37-yard line.
I'm going to say I thought.
It's really tough for in high school go all the way back across field and not see a penalty on the field.
And that is a holding call. So it'll push him back to somewhere probably inside the, certainly inside the 40. Maybe even inside the 35. Looks like it's even going to be inside the 30.
Yeah.
Spot of the foul was the 37, so they'll send him back to the 27 or 28. So now with only 2.5 minutes left to go and trailing 28-6, the Titans certainly in the driver's seat now.
Yeah, for Blue Springs, you can get quarterback more comfortable, more confidence.
Handoff. And this is the sophomore Ulberg. And Dante, not a whole lot on that one. Maybe a yard or two. Not even that. It'll be second down and long. So I think at this point the Wildcats are going to be content to run the clock out. I don't know. We'll see. They might, like you said, I mean, you've got a sophomore in there. It's an opportunity for him to get some reps.
Yeah.
That is something that I do kind of miss from back in your day. As another handoff, Olberg, he gets up to the 30, but then he stopped and still trying to push the ball forward.
Man.
All the way up across the 35, close to a first down. But if you remember back when we were a Class 4 team, and even when we were a Class 5 team, it was not at all unusual for as much of a powerhouse as the Titans were, when we would end up with 3, 4, 5 touchdown leads in the first half, for people that were like you, a sophomore or a junior, you got some chances to get some reps on Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
When you were still a youngster.
Yeah, and all of those reps helped throughout my career.
Back to throw Fike. He will throw near sideline looking for Stevenson, and he makes the catch. Did he stay in bounds? Yeah, looks like he did. All the way down to the Titan 37. A nice pitch and catch. So, like I said, it pays dividends down the road. Something you really don't see in Class 6 that much. I mean, obviously with the injuries here we have today.
Yeah.
But you need injuries as opposed to, that was kind of par for the course. You almost went into games assuming you were going to get some third or fourth quarter time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny thinking about it. I almost played from 2000, the second year, and then so my sophomore, junior, senior year, I almost played in every victory that we had just because of their majority blowouts.
I remember the other thing about that was it was sometimes really difficult for the Titans because toward the end of the season, we oftentimes went a good month or a month and a half with literally not having a single, snap that was in any way significant.
Meaningful.
Yeah, because we were 28-35-0 in the first quarter in these games. So they put the ball back in play. 1st and 10 from the Titan 37. Fike over the middle. Almost intercepted. Good play by Devin Wilson, who's had a whale of a game. Although he needs a little stick-em.
Yeah, he broke on that. It was like he was running the route.
It was right in his hands.
Right there.
Now we know why he plays defense.
Plays defense.
And not offense. You ever have that when you were a kid, the guys from the defensive side saying you should be throwing the ball to me? And then you do it in practice and they drop everything and you're like, this is why.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10, clock stop with 1:08 left to go. Fike back to throw, fakes one way, comes back across on the left side for Olberg, makes the catch on the swing pass, but doesn't get much. Maybe a yard to the 37.
And even with less than a minute left and you got 7 Titans swarming to the football, we just love to see that.
Yeah, I got to say, I've been impressed with both teams in terms of their willingness to put it all out there.
Effort, yeah.
Even in a game that at times was somewhat lopsided.
Yes.
And sometimes you see that on both sides, either where you're winning or you're losing, where you see the effort isn't always there that much. And I think that both teams have put in a good effort tonight from that perspective of it anyway. Twins on either side, 3rd down and 9, back to throw, and Fike throws, and it is caught on the far sideline, Stevenson, and he goes down the far sideline, hit and tackled, inside the 20, down near the 15. And he stops the clock with 16 seconds left to go.
Even with his size, he had some moves right there.
Yeah. Well, and I think that from the Wildcats' perspective, I don't know this for a fact, but I would say that their ego wants them to get themselves in the end zone.
Yes, and I think for a young sophomore quarterback, he knows what the other 2 quarterback situation is, but I mean, you're only building from here.
Because with 16 seconds left, they could obviously just kneel down
run it
out, or even just hand the ball off. They haven't been doing that.
No.
So we'll see what happens here on 1st down. Inside the red zone, back to throw Fike, and he looks toward the end zone, incomplete. And a late flag. It was intended for Gabe Thompson. And there was some contact, but
he was making a play on the ball.
So they're going to go half the distance to the goal, I would imagine. Stops the clock with 12 seconds left. I'm honestly not a big fan of that particular call. The good news is it's not going to make any difference to the outcome of the game anyway.
No.
1st down, first green.
So it's technically first down and like 2 from there, or 1. Ball inside the 10 at about the 8. Fike, Twins on the right and on the left. Looks left side, throwing left side. It's Toya, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, Titans defense probably would have liked to have kept them out of the end zone. But when all is said and done, all it'll do is make the score look a little more respectable for the Wildcats. As we are down to, 6.7 seconds left to go. Think they'll do an onside kick?
I hope not.
Aring is out there for the extra point. The left-footed kicker. Snap back, ball down. Boy, they almost got to him. And the kick is good.
Kick is good.
6.1 seconds later. Are they supposed to run the clock on extra points?
I don't.
They did. Not that it matters.
I will not be shocked if Devin Wilson comes off that edge.
We need to send the guy to Staley's school of clock running. So anyway, 6.1 seconds now showing on the clock. That makes it a 28-13 game. I'm actually almost a little surprised they didn't go for 2 there.
Yeah, just more work.
Again, not because they need it for anything. Isn't it a 13 points is the maximum? So they wouldn't have gotten them there anyway. They'd have been 14 points out anyway. But just to give this quarterback a chance to go for a 2-point conversion. Obviously, the kicker doesn't need the work.
No.
So why not have tried it? I probably would have done. The only thing about stuff like that is you can annoy the other team when you do stuff like that. I mean, hopefully they understand that it's more educational than it is,
Yeah, I think this coaching staff would understand it.
I think so.
But yeah,
they do have a bit of a hands team out there, don't they?
Yeah, we do.
Just in case. We'll see if they do another pooch. And it is an onside kick, and it was touched before the 10 yards. So the Titans will retain possession. And they can just kneel it out and finish this one off.
Are they going to throw a flag?
I don't think they're bothering to. They're just going to give possession to the Titans, although like you said, technically it's considered illegal touching. You know the signal?
Okay, they just signal Titan ball.
Yeah.
First down,
you know what the signal is for that?
I don't. Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, I guess referees do that when on a punt.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's usually when somebody goes out of bounds, comes back in, and is the first person to touch the ball.
Yep.
And so on. But at any rate, so they'll just kneel it out and finish the game off here. Although, interestingly, they still do it in the shotgun.
Blows my mind. I think that was Leach or Gus Malzahn in college who started that trend, and it's trickled down to everywhere.
What they're used to. And that will do it. So the Lee Summit West Titans moved to 2-0 on the young season with a rather commanding 28-13 victory over the Blue Springs Wildcats. We'll go ahead and take a break and come back with postgame coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll have some numbers for you. I don't think you have to be a rocket scientist to figure out who the player of the game is. But we'll have that for you as well, and a little look ahead toward next week when we come back. 28-13, the final score. Titans on top of Blue Springs here on Titan Football. Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Changing his whole life, but it did. Rain his brains,
drifting, friends worth looking up to, Deer Run Trail by David Lewis. Available as an e-audiobook at audible.com. Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices,
Welcome out to Titan Stadium here in beautiful Lee Summit, Missouri. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson as the Lee Summit West Titans pick up their second victory in 2 weeks on the young season over the Blue Springs Wildcats this week. 28-13 the final. We'll have some numbers for you here real quick. There's really no point in extending any of the suspense. Quincy Torrey is our player of the game, duh. I do have some scores for you. Interestingly, our opponent for next week is at home to Lee Summit North, and the Broncos have them 39-24 over Park Hill South. With most of the fourth quarter still left to go. Now, North is a terrific team, so that really doesn't tell us much of anything. It's going to be a tough game, probably certainly our toughest test on the young season next week. Liberty North 31-7, the final over Liberty, so they did eventually come back and take it to their cross-district rival, and Staley ends up on top of Lee Summit High School, 21-7. The score in that one, I'm checking on the time of it. I'm not sure if that's a final yet or not. Let me see if I can tell you that real quick before we get your post-game numbers. Let's see. Ray-Pec is beating Park Hill 21-14 in the third, by the way. And Ray South over North Kansas City 14-10. That's at the start of the fourth quarter. Here it is. Okay, so Lee Summit and Staley 21-6. Staley over Lee Summit with 7.5 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Wow.
All right, so Jake's got our fourth quarter final numbers.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Quincy Torrey, player of the game, unofficially 20 rushes, 217 yards, and 3 touchdowns. What a day for him. 3 big runs, all 3 of his touchdown runs over 25 yards more, and man, he really sealed it at the end, put the game out of hand for the Titans. Passing wise, we only saw Caden Carter in the first half. He had a good first half. He was 3 of 5 for 96 yards, 1 touchdown. Hopefully he gets healthy and come back and start for West next week. Dawson Edwards came in the second half, 1 for 4, 6 yards. Had 2 really good chances. I know he was getting hit as he was throwing the ball downfield, but it's good for him to get reps early on in the season. Sophomore backup. Excited to see what he can do if he has to start next week in place of Caden. For receiving, Adam Woodridge, 1 reception, 70 yards.
That obviously was the big one.
That big touchdown.
From Caden.
Yep, that was big touchdown in the first half. And then we talked about it, Tavon Sims.
Good to see the school getting...
yeah, I love it. Haven't seen that.
Usually they have a squad of parents out there keeping them from doing this.
Well, this is good. I like it.
Like, where was that when I was playing?
Right, yeah. We talked about 22 Sims.
Yeah.
Man, that kid, he goes across the middle and he catches anything and everything either quarterback threw to him tonight. And gotta have one of those wide receivers who likes to go across the middle and make big catches on third and short, third and medium.
It is, and I tell you what, obviously, again, it was an absolute no-brainer that Quincy Torrey was going to end up getting the player of the game, but you can talk about a couple of really good performances, and you mentioned Tavian Sims had one of them offensively, and Logan Putnam early on in the game looked very good on defense, but especially really throughout the game. Amir Williams had a terrific game. Ty Washington, Devin Wilson for us. Had a terrific game. Terrell Woods, we called his name out a few times. Our offensive line, you don't get a guy with 230 yards or whatever he had, rushing if your offensive line isn't doing a great job blocking.
Yeah, you got to credit your big guys up front, especially. We looked at Blue Springs' defensive line. We talked about their nose tackle, 300 pounds. He made maybe one play, two plays in the backfield, and the offensive line really shut him down for most of the evening.
Bit of a wild and woolly game in Kearney today, by the way. 21-14 Kearney over Fort Osage with about 4 minutes left to go.
Love that.
You got any more numbers? I was waiting for you to finish.
I think that was it on the numbers.
Okay. Well, like I said, now that you have the perspective of both being a player but also now being a coach for a little while, what would you figure that a guy like Willie Horn is telling his players in this post-game talk?
Oh, I'm sure he was very happy with the performance of his defense. I think they won't dwell on giving up that touchdown at the end. You can write it up to soft coverage, but whatever. I think the way your defense played for all 48 minutes is how you want your defense to play all year. Flying around, getting stops on, what do we think, 5-6 stops on fourth down, and most of them were 4th and 2 or 3. So
and all on our, almost every one of them was inside the red zone.
Yeah, so
or close to it.
I think he will be extremely happy with how his defense played tonight, and then offensively, I think Quincy Torrey, he's going to be your focal point, your main guy for the year, and hopefully you get Caden Carter back healthy. If not, I think Dawson Edwards, he showed he's going to have enough poise to come in and fill that role. So
and there are others too that would have some opportunities over the week to get some reps and see what they can do also.
Would not be shocked to see that either.
Although obviously what Willie Horn would be saying is, where's Jeff Driscoll with the microphone so we can do our post-game interview like Coach Bain used to do and talk about getting monkeys off his back. You remember that?
Yeah, from down in Ozark State semifinal. Yes, I do.
Got the monkey off my back.
He did, yeah.
He said.
In his very, very limited voice that he had after that game.
All right, so looking ahead next week, it's Park Hill South coming to town.
Yeah, what you just read off the score for Lee Summit North Park Hill South. I think what you said earlier, it'll be the toughest challenge so far this year, and you wonder if Lee Summit North has a little hangover from obviously the big game last week against Liberty North. But to go up, I think they were up at Park Hill South, to go up there and.
Yes, it was at Park Hill South.
You're still putting up 34 points, so I think and to see Park Hill South put up, I think more points than what Liberty North did.
Yeah, 39-24 with 8:53 to go in the fourth is the latest we have.
Okay, yeah, so
they're down under 2 minutes, by the way, in Staley, 21-13 over Lee Summit.
Okay. So yeah, it should be another exciting football game. Hopefully, all of our injured players tonight get healthy and
that'd be nice.
Come back Friday night and able to play.
All right. Well, if you can make it up here as part of this long 5-game homestand, we'd love to see you up here. But if you can't, you can always tune in to 810varsity.com and hopefully lswradio.com if you, for whatever reason, or maybe in a car or something and don't want to watch and just want to listen. Either way, we'll try and get you all the action. It'll be the Titans and Park Hill South coming up next week, Friday Night Lights. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, and we'll have ourselves a good game as we move closer toward the fall. So thanks, Jake. Appreciate the great work tonight. And congratulations on Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And for our producer, Mark Files, Joel Becker saying good night. The final score for the final time, it was the Titans 28-13 winners over Blue Springs here tonight. And Titan football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.